Welcome to the Inc. Productivity Tip of the Day. Today's tip: why showing your scars makes you a better leader. An expert opinion by Moisha Engelberg, author of The Amare Wave. I recently had a conversation with an entrepreneur who said something that not only stuck with me, but that is also universal to everyone. In talking about what hasn't worked in the past, he said that he created versions of himself that weren't truly him. I bet you have done this or currently do this. This pattern is easily recognizable. I did it myself for most of my early life. It took my life falling apart in my late 30s before I stopped worrying about showing the wounds beneath the scars. As a leader, you likely build versions of yourself that are protective, places to hide so that nobody can see your most vulnerable parts. You're not wrong for doing so. In fact, this phenomenon is often referred to as the adaptation of the false self, because it is so common. It's your mind's way of protecting you from pain, vulnerability, suffering, and ultimately raw truths. For me, those masks wore me down. How are they affecting you? The hardest thing for my clients, indeed for most people, to do is reveal their authentic selves, not to the people around them, but to themselves. It's excruciating, and it's raw. It's also something that most people would rather not face, and most never do. However, the scars that you try so hard to conceal are the things that shape you, the reasons why you lead and act the way you do. You can be a false version of yourself for a long, long time. However, at some point, that facade will begin to crack. It's at that point that the survival skills you've learned to use cannot bear the weight of the truth you've been avoiding. It is at this point that many leaders find themselves facing burnout, becoming unapproachable, or being asked by boards to take time off. This is where you may find yourself unable to be anything other than your authentic self. This is when the mask slips, and it can feel like the sky is falling. The funny thing about the sky falling is that there's nothing left to hide. However, just as a Buddhist teacher once told me, you might be falling through the air, but the good news is that there's no ground. That means you'll have no choice but to sit with those feelings, embrace the truth, and watch as a new direction is revealed. If you stick around long enough, you'll see a clear path. It's cathartic and possibly one of the most crucial turning points in your life and career. I hope you'll embrace your authentic self and dare to bear those scars far before the sky starts to fall. There's a truth I have come to know after decades of coaching and radical self-inquiry. You will lead the best from the places you once feared the most. This isn't because suffering is ennobling. It's because when you stop hiding and stop performing, your life will become rooted in something more substantial than accomplishment. Leadership should be an offering. It should be about bringing your whole self, including your scars, to a place where connection thrives. Your company can become a container for great conversation and meaning, leaving behind self-doubt and facades. Your work can become the most incredible gift for the next generation. It's not supposed to be easy, but it can be done by removing one mask at a time. Settle into your leadership seat, leading openly and authentically, without any masks. That's it from Inc. You can find more expert opinions and leadership advice from today's top business coaches and thought leaders at Inc.com. Come back tomorrow for another tip from Inc.